Hey guys, welcome back. Bodie 101 here, and we are back in the world of Infinity, picking up shortly after we left off. And so last episode, we pretty much just finished up our water wheels and got this constant flow of power going. This is depleting slowly, but until then, this thing is cooking along. As you see, we got some mossy stone, which is great. We got ourselves, so apparently there was a dungeon down there because we got the spawner. We're gonna have to go check that out here in a bit. So this thing is just chugging along, doing great. So so a lot of you guys have been like really responsive and happy and kind of digging the Infinity Sunday chit chatty episodes, right? So and you know what, I actually like doing them. I like what I do, and we'll get to the point here in a minute. But one thing you got to kind of understand when it comes to doing this type of job is, okay, when I play a game, I'm me, okay? And what I mean by that is that even when I'm like hanging out with, just like in a call with like Snoop and Heather and Patty and Fitz and everybody like that, we still kind of do the same joking around, but at the same time, all of us, I wouldn't say that we're playing characters per se, as much as we're just, how do I word this? We're just doing extreme, probably more extreme versions of ourselves, if that makes any sense. So basically what I'm saying is that, I don't scream all the time. Don't get me wrong. I still scream even when we're not recording because it's funny to me. But I don't quite scream as much as it seems. So, but I like doing these because it gives me a chance to kind of just to be real. It's all about being real, and kind of talk to you guys. And I've said this numerous times before. If these talks end up making one of you guys feel better, or maybe making things, making something a little easier to understand or whatever else, hey, then you know what? Mission accomplished. I've pulled off what I was aiming for, So I figured, you know what? This series, there's a lot. What am I looking for? There's a lot of downtime. Like right now, I'm making day blooms. Not necessarily super exciting, right? But it's something I need to do. So instead of doing it all off camera, I decided, you know what? I'm going to do this with you guys. So. All right, so let's do 1, 2. So what I'm thinking about, what I'm kind of thinking this episode to talk about is friends. Now, a lot of you guys have asked, I get questions all the time about how the squad and myself have met, individuals just as a group. And I figure, I'll kind of answer a little bit of that while I'm doing this. But at the same time, just talk about friendship in general. So, the entire squad has met via the internet, okay? In one way, shape, or form. So, for example, Patty and myself met because we both worked on a server together, and we didn't know each other before then. How many more can I make? Yeah, I'll try a couple more times. We both worked on a server called Galaxy's MC that I know a lot of you are probably familiar with. It was owned by Husky, which, by the way, that's how I met him, but we'll get more into that in a second. But that's how Patty and I met. Snoop and Krista were players on that server, and they just came and hung out, and I was kind of in charge of hiring and, mods and whatnot. And I thought both of them were pretty good. They were really helpful, so got them into a Skype call, brought them on as mods, and they moved their way up. And that's pretty much how I met them. Do I not have gold? That's weird. Okay. So that's how I met them. I met Heather actually through YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Her sons watched Husky, and then they had seen, I think, Prisons or something that Husky and I had played, and they wanted to watch my videos. And what she does is she'll always kind of check out, what am I doing? She'll always kind of check out anything her kids want to watch, just to make sure that, from a content standpoint, that it's appropriate and whatnot. And apparently she thought I was funny. So she started watching my stuff, and then she started coming to streams like a lot of you guys have been. Which, by the way, any of you guys that haven't come and checked us out on Twitch, go do that, because we all stream. It's kind of live versions of how the videos and stuff are. And I always like interacting with you guys. That's always kind of fun to me. So, all right, we're going to make a couple mana spreaders real quick. All right, so anyways, and yeah, so I just started talking to her in the streams, and we eventually started talking on Twitter, and then from Twitter we started talking on Skype and so forth and whatnot. But yeah, everybody kind of just through one way, shape, or form of that kind of stuff. And I have to say, like, I'm not being cliche or anything at all. Honestly, I've had tons of friends. That's not what I want to do. I've had, tons of friends throughout my life, real life friends, IRL friends, whatever you want to call them. And, but it always seemed that, I don't want to say it's work, but there was just always something kind of weird sometimes with a lot of them. And, so I have to say that the group of friends I have now are probably some of the closest friends I've ever had. And that's honestly what makes doing this whole YouTube thing fun, is that I gotta remember how to make this. Alright, so that, okay. I think I'm gonna just, let's go pink. We're gonna make it a pink one. So we basically, started, talking on the servers, and for any of you guys that remember, the zone, we all worked and ran that and all kinds of stuff. And then, a lot of them started doing YouTube after a while. And, after they started doing YouTube, then, we started recording together. It was a lot of fun. So anyways, you're probably asking, what does this have to do with anything, Modi? My big thing is I get a lot of questions all the time from people who are asking about doing YouTube. And I get... Is that nighttime yet? Okay. I get a lot of questions from people. Honestly, I get asked constantly about, hey, Modi, I'm starting a YouTube channel. Can we record? And I never like kind of being a jerk about it. But you guys got to understand, I get 20 of those questions a day, either on Ask FM or on Twitter or, in streams, in the comments, the messages on YouTube, Facebook, pretty much every and any social media outlet I have. I get those questions all the time, right? And I always feel bad because, okay, black, gray, and purple. I always feel bad because, one, I can't do nearly as much as everybody would like. And the problem, see, I'm trying to figure out a word this to where it doesn't sound like jerkish. If I randomly just picked somebody, right, and said, sure, why not? Let's do this. Let's start recording. Some kid that just started a channel, right? And we start recording, and then I have, then at that point, in my opinion, it's like I kind of have to do that with everybody, you know? I mean, I can't just pick like the one kid and say, okay, you know what? There you go. We get to record together. And then kind of ignore everybody else who asked the exact same question. So, unfortunately, it's kind of an all or nothing thing. So, and as crappy as this sounds, it kind of has to be the nothing side of it. It's not that I don't want you, but here's the thing when it comes to recording you have to keep in mind. And this is something that I learned from Husky early on, because, mind you, when Husky first recorded with me, I had 132 subscribers, which were generally, whoops, did that wrong, which were just generally friends or in a small group of people who I had, knew me from working on a server. That was about it. And honestly, at the time, like, oh, am I out? Oh, I made them all already. Honestly, at the time, if I had a video get like 10 views, I was giddy. It was a good day. I was ecstatic to be able to get that quantity. If I get a video that hit like 20 views, it blew my eyes. I was like, whoa, 20 people watched me play this game. That is crazy. And, that was kind of about it. I was kind of excited. And of course I started, started recording with Husky. Now the big thing with Husky is, and I'll kind of explain, this goes into the friends thing. I'm just running around at this point, is that, and this is something I kind of learned from him, is that what happened is I had met Husky just on Skype a couple of times because he was one of the owners of the server. And it was real, Botania? And it was real quick and it was real basic. And it was basically like he would pop into a call here or there and in essence be like, hey, thanks everybody for all the work you guys do on my server, right? And, okay, so red and brown mana petals. And that was about it, right? And then one night we were just in a call. It was just me and I think like Fitz and a couple other, somebody else was in there. It was pretty late at night. And Husky just popped in, just to say hi and kind of just chit-chat with us. Just because, he just wanted somebody to talk to. Oh, damn. Come on, give me a little bit more juice. There we go. Perfect. All right. And we didn't like freak out. We didn't get all fangirly. We just kind of hung out with them, joked around with them. I need 4 light gray. And that was about it, And then, he kind of liked us. And that's, I guess, kind of the biggest thing with this is that he dug us. He thought we were funny, and he thought, maybe that, we could be funny in a video. At the time, I think Fitz was at about 1,000 subscribers. Once again, I was at a little over, I remember it was 132 exactly. And the one thing, and we'd actually asked him, like, right before or right after we recorded the first video, we asked him, we said, why did you record with us? You know, we're nobody. You know, we're not helping your channel. We're not bringing in more views. And he said, you know, recording with people is more about the connection. Like, you can say comedic connection or just content connection, whatever you call it, with that person. And he goes, did I make 4? How do I keep missing that? I already made them all. You know, and he basically said, you know, that generally is always going to be way more important than subscriber count. It's just people being able to gel together. And that was something that I don't know. It sounds dumb, but I just never thought of. It was kind of like, you know, you know what you're doing. I don't. Let's record, and everybody wins. But if that feeling isn't there, you know, that connection when you record, it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be entertaining. It's not going to be exciting. It's going to be... Oh, that thing's throwing crap. Hold on. It's going to be boring, and people aren't going to watch. Yeah, this is needless to say, throwing a couple things here. Let's pop this out. Okay. Let's pop these out. Let's go take care of this cobble. God, it's throwing stuff everywhere. All right, this bad boy is already full, so we'll go back to using this. All right. So I get people to ask me all the time, and you know, if I could, and I 100% mean this, if it was logistically possible, I would love to record with all of you guys. And I've had people say, oh, well, you know, just record like a mini game video with a couple of people. The funny part is, and I'm not exaggerating at all, I've talked to kids who have asked if they could record with me and who have begged me for a long time. And then the funny part is I talk to them, they're like, oh, well, I don't have a computer that can handle Minecraft. Okay. Or, oh, no, I'm too nervous to do it. And I'm like, why did you ask? Why did you ask me? So in the past, I had tried it, and it was just something that it sounds crappy. Wow, there's actually a thing down there. It was just something that didn't work. No matter how I tried it, no matter what angle I went at, I could not pull it off. But at the same time, Husky definitely helped me out, and that was something I always kind of swore, and this video is going way over, by the way. That was something I always kind of swore to myself, is that, you know, any popularity I may have gained, I always wanted to make sure that, for lack of a better term, I can kind of give back, right? And that's why I love recording. Besides them being friends with Snoop, Patty, Heather, everybody in the squad, I made the squad. I made the squad into that concept of, I want to be able to do something that... I wonder if we can do coal coke. Huh. Hold on a second. I wanted to make something that I could kind of give back the same way that Husky and others had helped me out. So that was the squad. And I'll tell you right now, oh, there's my smoke detector. I get more excited when those guys like hit a milestone. I get more excited when, you know, Pat or Heather hits 4,000 subscribers more than I did when I hit 30,000, you know. And that's the big thing. It's just about friendship, you know. So that's the thing. So I really don't know what the point of all this conversation was. All I know is that my smoke detector is going off, and I am way, way over in this video. So that's kind of a little bit of a backstory of how a lot of us met. It's also kind of a backstory of... Can I not make charcoal blocks? I guess not. All right, fine. It's also a little bit of a backstory of my viewpoint on, you know, my friends and YouTube. And God, I hate that smoke detector. So, I don't know. If that's something kind of interesting, I hope you kind of dug it. This is, once again, me just kind of doing a little bit of rambling. So, but we did get through a lot of stuff, and that's cool. So, all right, guys, well, we're going to wrap things up there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Go down, hit that like button. But, give me your viewpoint on stuff. Let me see what is, something that shut up, smoke detector, that you guys think about. So, and I think in the next episode, we're going to have another chit-chatty episode. We're going to kind of get a little bit more behind the scenes and whatnot and kind of talk about a couple things, and I may even do some shameless self-promoting. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comment section. And until the next episode of, what is this, Infinity, where we hang out, chit-chat, and whatnot, I will see you guys next time. Bye.